welcome back once again to another inbox review. This I've actually used the lower box for something else, that's why it's not actually in. I know everybody's seen this kit around several times. There's other people talking about the bad stuff on the body and whatnot, so we'll get to that real quick, and what my solution is going to be for the build. So we have here, obviously, let me go ahead and bring this up. This is not centered on this, and actually I think this is too far back anyway. Obviously that's still not quite centered in the wheel well. If we look here, but neither is that. That's close. That is closer, but and that's with these pins up here being plugged in, which those are not in the right spot either. The manufacturers who've had these molds have changed that more than once. Obviously the rear is definitely not, and that would end up looking extremely stupid. I mean, here's a wheel from another kit. Actually, let's flip that over so it looks decent at least. Right there, this is from a NASCAR kit, but you can see how far forward that is, and then that looks really bad. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to cut these locating pins off. Yes, you can slide this way back here and it'll still be fine. The interior is not going to get in the way. I've already checked all that. It'll be just fine. But what I am going to do is I am going to drill holes up here and actually stick pegs through there and clean them up. In the back here, as you can, I mean, it's just a molded in. I'm going to design a 3D template after taking measurements with my calipers, and I'm just going to actually kind of have it off-centered, and it's going to be lower as well, and I'm going to be lowering the front the same way. I'm just going to make adapters to raise the wheels up in here. Come on, guys, it's not a big deal. It is a, it's a craptastic chassis anyway. There probably won't even be an engine. There might be the mold lines right here are really, really horrible. Good luck trying to preserve that detail. I'm certainly not, because this is going to be a full custom Pro Touring style build. I do have wheels that I have 3D printed that I'm probably gonna, or I've designed. I have not printed them yet. No guarantees that I'm going to use those on here, but I am going to use some 3D printed wheels that I designed for this. Maybe some ones I purchased. Either way, once I start the build and get done, I will provide a link to where you can purchase those files, or if you don't have a 3D printer, I will. You can reach out to me once I do the build video, and I will print and sell you a set. Regardless whether they're my design or somebody else's, I do have the license to sell a couple different people's wheels. So there's that. You can see the chassis is typical, 70s AMT. It's not just typical 70s AMT, it's typical 70s everybody. This is a little better than average for this age of a kit. The engraving is actually very well done for the panels. Up here, mold seams are not that bad except for here. So put those to the side. Interior bucket is what it is. There's some molded in carpet. The door panels are pretty nondescript. There's rudimentary ideas of some armrests, and that's about it. It does kind of come over here, so when you paint this, make sure to paint down the sides too. The thickness of that does lend itself if you want to drill and add some door locks. So for the rear, standard metal axle. Decals. Let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to end up replacing this anyway. This is just it. I live in my RV for now. I'm going to end up this thing with this. I bought this RV brand new just a couple years ago. It was junk when I bought it. I'm going to end up remodeling everything as soon as we move later this year. Decals, are actually pretty decent. We have some, your typical, weekend warrior type stuff, local guys at the drag strip. Hey, I'm not going to talk smack. I was one of those guys too. My car has been kicked off the drag strip for being too fast now. Good Ford lettering. The decals are actually just quite nice. AMT has actually been doing a really good job with their decals as of late. I'm really happy with the upgrades they've done. The glass I'm not going to open. It's actually surprisingly decent. Fairly clear. Of course, a dip in future, which I actually do have some, or something similar, or polish will clean them up even better. The taillights have some ejector pin marks, but I clean those up, polish them up, back them with some silver or white, and they still won't look great, but they'll look better. They're just basically slabs of clear red. The tires are not bad. They're actually pretty good. Little Goodyear polyglass with decent tread on them. The Tampa printing is nice and legible. Looks the Goodyear doesn't quite look right. But, you know what? Nobody's going to care. I'm not going to be using those anyway. It also you can actually kind of build this as a NASCAR kit. These are some AMT NASCAR tires. And there are appropriate wheels to put them on as well. So here is kind of the dual carb intake. Looks pretty decent. The wheels don't look too bad. Got some nice custom wheels here. I actually like this style of those. The stock wheels are stock wheels. As far as stock wheels go, they're actually pretty nice. There is some good molded in here engraving. You can see where the taillights go. I mean, you're just going to see from the back side anyway. It's not a big deal. The headlight detail on these is not bad. You can do a black wash on the grill, black wash here. Kind of get those in a matte or silver, and they should look just fine. Black wash on the wheels. The carburetors look good. I like that air cleaner there. A black wash will look good on that too. I really, really despise having them molded in, so I will probably actually just 3D print my own plate. Not a fan of this style of header that's just one big swoop. They usually don't fit right. I will reserve judgment on this one, although given the age of the kit, it's probably gonna suck. But the inside of the velocity stacks here has some really nice screen detail that you can black wash, and that would actually look really good. Here we have, we can go ahead and, no, let's not, don't lose anything. Here is the NASCAR style seat, NASCAR style wheels. There is the NASCAR style tunnel, NASCAR style steering wheel, factory steering wheel, rear spoiler. There is a period correct NASCAR roll cage in there. Keep in mind that's period correct, not modern correct, okay? For a custom or drag version, there is a hood scoop. Two different styles of dashboard here. One is kind of the NASCAR style there, and one's kind of a factory. Pick your poison. They both look actually pretty good. This one you could probably just shave off that and put some one large decal on there, or maybe even do some painting. This would probably turn out really nice with some decals or some detail painting and black wash. There are some side scoops there for the car as well. Definitely NASCAR parts in here, so you could get some NASCAR detail or NASCAR decals and do this up as a period correct NASCAR for whoever your favorite driver that actually drove these cars would have driven. Here is rear panel. I believe, let me double check. Yeah, that's kind of where that goes with your rear bumper and stuff. Or that could be front. Hard to tell, but I don't see a custom grille that would actually go in that. The seats are so-so. The engraved detail is actually pretty nice, period correct. It looks pretty cool. Probably paint up really nice if you take care in assembling the seats and you know, puttying them properly. They should actually look pretty good despite the age of the kit. Same thing with the underside of the hood. There's a lot of decent. It's not great. It's okay. The ejector pin marks are going to be a pain in the ass. The heads on this are a little goofy. It looks like, yeah, some of this should be from a different engine block, but there's only one engine block included in this kit, so I don't know that some of that other stuff even works. But if I put an engine in this, it's going to be a 3D printed engine anyway. This, to me, looks like a Ford FE engine with an old school manual transmission. Looks like the same engine that was, I had a 68 F100, and this looks like the exact same engine block that was in that truck. Same intake too, and actually even a similar transmission. I had a 4-speed in that truck. Obviously the gear ratios would not be the same. The belts, just what you would expect from a kit of that era. The distributor, same deal. The front of the engine looks decent. The battery, wow. I don't even know what to say about how horrible that battery is. The details on it are fine, but the size is just goofy. The size and proportions. The exhaust manifolds actually look somewhat decent. I'm not sure exactly what happened to the instructions, or as I call them, the destructions, but that's okay. I mean, there's, yeah, this little review here was over pretty quick, but the reality is there's not much to this kit. And it's been, you know, kind of covered on other channels ad nauseum. So I'm not really going to go any further with it. It is what it is. If you're going to make a curbside out of it, which is my intention, so you're not really concerned about, you know, making good suspension or maybe not engine detail, like me, which I probably will not stuff an engine in it. I'm just going to make it look cool, doing it probably pro touring style, or, you know, just a quick, the same deal on the shelf with your favorite NASCAR driver from that era. It should work just fine. There are other kits you could use to rob the chassis from, or even, and this is a possibility for me too. I do own, I have purchased the files for various bag chassis. I may 3D print one if I decide I do want this kit full detail, but most likely I won't. It's just going to be a quick pro touring, something to look nice on the shelf, and that's about it. So far, this is my third inbox, or, well, ish, review. If you're enjoying this, I know I've neglected to mention it on previous builds, but I'm trying to build something up here, you know, and maybe get once we get moving into some better equipment and everything. I mean, I have better equipment, I just don't have anywhere to actually set it up here. And I have this is my computer desk and my workbench. My wife also comes out here and works on the computer when she needs to, doing schoolwork and whatnot, as do I. But we will, you know, get things going slowly but surely. So but I can't do it without help. So if you could please like and subscribe if you're finding any of this useful at all, or any of my other videos useful. Please give a like and subscribe, and have a great afternoon.